like to take full credit for Ben being involved. No, I love him. I think he's great. And I think he was, just seemed really right for the part. So I just kind of threw the name out. Thought if anybody caught it. Their story is, they've been together for 7 years, and he is just very content not being married and doesn't believe in the institution of it, doesn't understand why it has to happen, and she really, really wants to be married. Ken Kwapis is probably one of the kindest men I've ever worked with. I mean, he's gentle, he's kind, and to everybody. He's not one of those that's just nice to the talent and then yells and freaks out at his crew. He's a genuinely kind man. And it's really refreshing to see. He remembers people's names, the crew members, the hair and makeup department, that's a very special quality that people sometimes forget. Ben's just really, he's really fun. He's funny, he's solid, he's a guy's guy. And he's just, those you meet people and you're just comfortable with him pretty instantly. And he's just a really easygoing actor, a really good actor, and fun.
I think this is a great character study, a human interest story on what we do as human beings, which for the most part is, I think, sit around, discuss, think, pontificate, and try and figure out how to make relationships work. Because at the end of the day, if you don't have love, what is the point? But how we get there, the journey, is the most interesting, fascinating thing. I chose to play Mary because I related to her in the fact that I'm surrounded in certain types of friends that, we're always sitting around trying to figure out why dating isn't working or what does this text message mean. I liked her sort of technological aspects of, we do live in a world that is a modern romance world. Not 100 years ago were we waiting pretty much months at a time for just a letter, and now we're living in a day and age where everything is instant gratification in the pocket of your jeans, and the expectations have changed. One of the things I love most about Ken is that he sits right next to the camera. He is incredibly involved. I think he's super intelligent. In speaking to him about doing this movie, his sort of amazing ability to be so objective about love, as a sort of observer himself and an explorer, was so phenomenal to me. I think he has a great ability to see various scenarios and why they work, why they don't, what the elements are, what the components are, dissect it, tear the machine apart, and sort of put the pieces back together. I think a lot of the times we pick the wrong people for ourselves, or we don't get the clear messages when they're coming at us because we don't want to hear them, or we don't have someone great to sort of break it down for us. So I think this movie has the potential to open a lot of doors for people to have healthier relationships.
I don't think that Anna really is at all kind of involved in Ben's relationship with his wife. I don't think she feels guilty. I don't think she really, I don't think she feels anything. I mean, after all, that's kind of his problem and to her, and it doesn't, I don't know, she doesn't somehow karmically really think about it. I think she's just kind of having a good time and never thinks that it's really going to go any further than just a fling. Yeah, she definitely gives Connor some really mixed signals, which I think is something that people do sometimes when they feel like they need attention or need, affection or to kind of feel good about themselves. And, it's nice for her to have this guy around who's kind of waiting on her hand and foot and, But at the same time, she enjoys his company. She just, she's not interested in having a future with him, but I think she kind of probably frustrates him a lot. I love working with Ken. He's so sweet, and he's a real actor's director, which, always surprises me because I never really know going into a project whether the director's going to be just all about kind of the visual and the look of the film, or whether I'm going to have a real support, real emotional support. And Ken just has the most amazing suggestions. He just surprises me all the time, and he really has an amazing kind of gentle way about him where he'll kind of let you get to find your own conclusion, even though he might have known the answer way before the discussion ever came up. And it's like this very kind of zen thing that he has. It's really cool. I love working with him. I just hope that audiences have a good time and are entertained, and I hope that it's the kind of film where people can watch it and be like, oh my God, the same thing happened to me, or whatever. It's a very kind of, the script felt very real to me and honest, so I hope that the audience has that same reaction that I had when I read it, which was kind of, that sort of you can't believe how some of these scenarios relate so closely with your own life or your best friend's life or something like that. So I hope that people, enjoy it and think it's funny and kind of slice of life.